This is the last of the lectures I'll be doing on the principles of design. We're looking at unity and variety. We could have actually done unity at the beginning of the semester instead of at the end, because all artwork has a sense of unity. Now we add variety with unity, and when we discussed unity, because unity can also be very boring. It can be just a block of something. But when you add variety, it adds just enough interest. The differences provide some contrast. Now, in this one, we see Matisse, and he has rectangles. Then he has some organic shapes. Then he has some other very thin rectangles. But he repeats this blue, and it's the same blue. This was from his cutout periods when he had become so arthritic he couldn't paint, but he could cut out these large shapes, and then he would have his assistants move them around on the paper, and then they would glue them down. So we have a variety of shapes, the rectangles and the organic shapes. We have the blues that repeat themselves that kind of pull all this together. We have complementary colors, so that sets up contrast, but it's this white area and these lines in here that really, to me, hold this image together. So not only the colors and the shapes, but I think this white area really pulls this together for the viewer. Another example of visual unity is in this image by Jackson Pollock called The Shimmering Substance. In this, he has used a paintbrush and has applied the paint very thick. And he's used that consistently all over the canvas so that it sets up a consistent textural unity. But in addition, you could also see the yellow here seems to swirl around. That, to me, is also unity, helps to create unity. Certainly, the white swirly movements here also create unity. And these little specks of the blues, these also create unity. Now, here's the other one I was talking about, conceptual unity. Now, this is tying together a group of ideas. Now, interestingly, this one is physically tied together by these pieces of twine, and these photographs and these little framed pieces, which just have words on them, are physically held together. But unlike the previous two pieces of artwork that we looked at, these are more conceptually held together. In this, the photographs are of different parts of the body. And then next to the body part, the symbol for the body part, are these small little frames that repeat the word over, and over again. So head, it's consolation, arms are for tenderness, and legs are for luck. So again, even though to me, the way these shapes are laid out, the way the background, how she has these photos sort of behind these text pieces, to me, those would also fall into some sort of visual unity. But what is much more important in this one is the conceptual unity. Now, this one by Joseph Cornell is also conceptual unity only because of the disparate things that he has in here. But interestingly, it is physically contained within this box. He did these throughout his life. He would find all sorts of things in the trash, on the street, wherever he was, and he'd put them together in these boxes. So if you ever see a box, something like this is probably a Joseph Cornell. And as you can see, he has a square here and a square here They don't really relate to each other. So these things that he found were just sort of dreams or fantasies. We're not sure if they have any meaning. We have what looks like a string that goes from the bottom of the box up into the bird's mouth. Looks like it somehow is wrapped around this coil up here. We don't know. This ball looks like it would probably travel up and down this rail. We're not sure what this is. This to me looks like an upside down bottle with something in it. Maybe it's supposed to look like a water cooler. I don't know. But this is conceptual, conceptually unified, but at the same time physically unified by this box. So there you have it. We have visual unity and conceptual unity. Unity in the big sense is all things belonging together, making up a coherent whole. Variety is that little dissonance, that little difference that artists put in just to keep it interesting. Visual unity, just remember that as using line, color, value, shape, space, and texture to create the unified whole. Conceptual then is just the linking of ideas, just the way it sounds.